How about a nice beer review after a long day at work? Or is it a hops review? This beer, nice and hazy, as I think it should be because it's a wheat beer. I made it with Cooper's Wheat Selection, right? The brand that, well, the line of products that Cooper's isn't going to make anymore. Supposedly the can is pre-hopped, but you never know with what. And I also used 3 pounds of wheat dry malt extract. And, 5.5 gallons of water or whatever in order to make the full fermenter. And here's the fermenter. Still, since 2 days ago, I still haven't cleaned it. I'd forgotten about it. It was down in the room where I do the fermenting. Anyway, this beer has one other ingredient. Hallertau Blanc hops. I intended to buy Hallertau because I was going from a recipe. And when I got up to the register, the guy says, "Do you want Hallertau Blanc or Hallertau?" And I thought that he was trying to sell me on the Hallertau Blanc, like maybe more people buy that. And so I said, well, I don't really know the difference, and I haven't had either one, so I'll just take what I've got, thinking that I had what I was intending to get, which was the Hallertau. Instead, it turned out I had the Hallertau Blanc. And so I looked up online what to do with it, and it said to use about an ounce of it and dry hop it for about 3 days. Well, after about 5 days of fermentation, I put the ounce in there, left it in there for 4 days. Then pulled it out, and I don't know, 5 days later, maybe a few days more, I kegged the beer. This was just a couple days ago. And carbonated it. Now, Stefan Molyneux, if you recognize that name, fine. If you don't, it doesn't matter. He once said that when he drinks beer, he asks for the gayest beer they have. And what he means by that is that he's not really much of a beer drinker. He doesn't like it. And he doesn't want a manly beer like a stout or a porter or something heavy like that. He just wants as he put it, the gayest beer you've got. And I think he said something about one that can quote Walt Whitman from memory with a lisp or something like that, he said. Well, I think this beer is it. It's definitely the gayest beer I've ever had. It can quote Walt Whitman with a lisp while working as a hairstylist in San Francisco. It is very floral. It almost reminds me of when you're walking through the mall and you accidentally go into one of those sort of soap stores and you're suddenly overwhelmed with this weird smell of different fragrant soaps. Usually lavender overwhelms me. And you walk out and you end up having post-traumatic stress disorder from it for the rest of the day. That's what this beer tastes like. So I assume that I am reviewing what Hallertau Blanc tastes like. But maybe it's some weird off flavor. Since I don't really know much about off flavors, maybe some of you have experienced something like this without using Hallertau or Hallertau Blanc. And if you have, please let me know in the comments, because I would be really interested to know why this tastes like this. But I tend to think it probably is from the dry hopping, because isn't that the point of dry hopping? To get a nice strong aroma with no bitterness. Almost no bitterness to this at all. Kind of has a dry feel to it. Maybe I used some dextrose. I don't remember. I don't even remember what yeast I used. Might have even used what came with the can. Anyway, that's it. A review of Hallertau Blanc wheat beer. It can quote Walt Whitman. It can quote Walt Whitman. It can quote Walt Whitman with a lisp while working in a hair salon. It can quote Walt Whitman. It can quote Walt Whitman. It can quote Walt Whitman with a lisp. Try saying that several times fast.